guys? This is Baltasar87 and welcome to Baltasar Gaming Show. And today we have a very special guest. His name is Sergio Elisondo. And one of the things I felt really attracted to invite this amazing guy is because I discovered his channel on YouTube, which you will be able to see the link below, from really cool music. And the best thing is that it's music that is from games a long time ago made, like Mega Man, Zelda, Ninja Gaiden. So let's welcome this amazing guy. How are you doing, Serge?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine too, man. Thanks for being here. And well, I've also done a lot of research, and also as we talked a little bit before about all your career and a lot of information we can share here with the community. But first, let's go with your YouTube channel that is by your name, which we have this video game music. So how this project started, bro?
Okay, so a lot of this started back from when I was a little kid. I was always really into video games from the time that my mom and dad bought me my very first Nintendo.
Amazing. Okay.
And something about Nintendo music, even as a little kid, before I understood what music is and how those frequencies worked, something about it moved me, and I'm like, dude, it sounds amazing. Like, can these be on real instruments? Could they, potentially move to something else?
Yeah.
I used to wonder that as a kid, but I never knew that you could actually do that, right?
Right.
But my first attempt in trying to do a video game cover was with my very, very first band, where we were like 12 or 13 years old. We were really young kids, but one of my buddies had like an amazing ear and could pick anything out and put it on guitar. And so we were listening to River City Ransom, the boss fight theme, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So anyway, he starts playing on guitar, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, he can play that on guitar? Oh, dude, that's so awesome. Like, and I think since then, I had the idea of one day I will, transcribe and rearrange Nintendo music, specifically NES music. One day I'll do that. And so the time finally came, years later. I'm like, you know what? I'm capable of doing what he was able to do back then, and I can play a multitude of instruments. So I was like, well, why not start now?
Right, and yeah, that's one of the most amazing things, because I actually, I gotta tell you, man, I'm a fan of your Mega Man Willie stage music here, and it's amazing how you can actually play the drums, the guitar, the bass, all these instruments that you get. And man, I'm just playing the video right now, so people can actually see a little bit of it. And the way, I keep thinking all the edit that you have to do and all the synchronization between the instruments that you play all by yourself, and actually having this masterpiece. So how did you actually start to learn from each one of these instruments?
So it started with my drums. My first drum set, my parents, when I was a lot younger, they certainly did not make much money at all. So they were able to eventually buy me a drum set via layaway. I had to wait a long time for this drum set, but man, when I got it, I would play until I had blisters just on my hands because I just wanted to play. And then fortunately, I had other friends that were really into music. Back then it was all about The Offspring, Green Day. And so anyway, they played guitar. And so while they were taking lessons and learning, they would show me some stuff. So then I started kind of playing guitar about a year after I started playing drums.
Oh, okay.
And then I had friends that played bass. So I'd grab their bass, here and there, or I'd play guitar here and there, with other buddies. And so gradually, I just had a thirst for music.
Right.
I just wanted to play music. I didn't care how I got to it. I just wanted to get to it somehow. And then I was so lucky to eventually, when I was around 15, I was jamming with one of my friends. It's weird. It's one of my friend's parents' significant other. So it was like my friend's mom's boyfriend, some weird connection like that, right? Anyway, This guy was like, "Hey man, you play guitar really well. What kind of guitar do you play?" I'm like, "I don't have a guitar." He's like, "Well, how do you play so well?" And I'm like, "I just practice whenever I can." And so he's like, "Okay, come back in a week." I come back a week later, and this guy had a lot of guitars, right? He had like a bunch of Fender Stratocasters, looked like Skittles. He
Okay.
grabs one. He grabs one and he goes, "What do you think about this one?" And it was a white one. It's the white one that you see in the videos. And I'm
Oh,
like,
the white one.
I go to, before I can even say anything, I go, "Yeah, I like the guy." And he goes, "Sure, you can have it." I'm like, "Oh my God." And so he gave me my first guitar, And
Amazing.
so, yeah, it was really, really cool, way to receive a guitar and, bless the guy, he's still around. And so, anyway, so from there, again, it's just gradually, whenever I could get my hands on an instrument, that's when I would play them, and so that's how a lot of that came to be. I picked up piano right after high school, and then I studied like crazy, once I got into school. If I wasn't doing homework, I was practicing, working on my chops, maybe writing some songs. But yeah, anyway,
Right,
so
yeah, but you
that's.
definitely were starting to, get into the music world.
Mhm.
Amazing, man. Now, I really have to admit, as I said, I'm really fan of Mega Man. I've played Mega
Mhm.
Man X, probably where we can actually see this kind of music, like with real instruments, is from since Mega Man X4, I believe. And
Mhm.
everything I hear from Mega Man 2, you hear it from Mega Man X4 series, or X5 or X6,
Mhm.
and it's amazing how you keep the soul of the game music intact, and you keep going with all these instruments that you get. So it's
Yeah,
really, really
that's.
cool.
Thank you. I think that was the goal. Is when I did the arrangements of the video game music, I
Hmm.
did my best to keep the drum tracks the same, the
Hmm.
bass track the same, and the two, melody and the counter melody,
Hmm.
I almost the same. Like I didn't want to lose what made the song special to begin with.
Okay.
I
Let
wanted to
me just make a little pause here. Sorry for interrupting you, bro. We're having a little bit of noise on your side of the mic.
Oh, I think it's because it's rubbing on my. Is it this?
Yeah, I believe it might be.
Oh, okay. I'll hold it away from my sweatshirt.
All right, I can hear
Okay,
you
cool.
way better. Okay, thank you very much, bro.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you were telling me, yeah, you were keeping the same kind of music style on Mega Man.
Yeah. So again, the thing is, I wanted to keep the spirit of the music intact,
Right.
even when being translated from electronic sounds to real instruments. I didn't want to lose that energy.
Right, exactly. That's an amazing job here. And let's talk a little bit more about your career. So you were telling
Yeah.
us that you started really young with this goal of making music, but how this actually projects in your life? What did you study, or what happened in your life that you became this excellent musician? Sorry.
Um, no, no worries. I think my heart and soul, though, apart from video game music, was in punk rock. That's what drove me, was fast drums, fast guitar riffs, really cool flicking of the wrist, like I love that sound. There was some metal involved too because my oldest brother introduced me to metal, and I had heart for metal too. So it was a combo of like metal and punk rock, and I
Okay.
feel like video game music really had, I think, in my opinion, those two elements combined of like fast, upbeat, but melodic like punk rock. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it really encompassed all of that. Um, so yeah, I think here. So again, so what was the original question now? Because I felt like I was deviating.
Don't worry, bro. How did you started? Like, where did you study, or where did you
Oh,
started to learn all becoming a professional musician?
so again, yeah, so it was punk rock. I studied a lot of punk rock, and then I also studied a lot of metal riffs. Specifically bands like Megadeth. I studied what they did, and from there, I was able to just work on my craft. Because I noticed that metal riffs are quick, but so were video game riffs. They're just as fast, if not faster sometimes. You got to be a little bit of a virtuoso sometimes to capture those movements.
Right.
Now, I began to study, when I was in school doing my undergrad, I began to study music. But the kind of music I was studying was different. We studied classical, even some jazz, but ultimately the music theory, it helped me understand what it was I was doing. Or, for example, if I was translating an 8-bit video game song, it helped me understand how it was, moving or evolving, how the song would evolve. It helped me understand
Right.
that. But I wouldn't necessarily attribute all of my training and everything I've learned because I went to school. I say a lot of my training came from the bands that I liked, like Megadeth, The Offspring, Green
Okay.
Day, and then the list goes on. There's other bands like there's this cool Japanese punk rock band called High Standard. Like their riffs were amazing. So anyway, that's where my training and understanding of how chord progressions work, how harmonies work, and it mainly came from that. But
So
school did have some. So go ahead.
so no, no, that's fine. Don't worry. So you basically were like more like a listener, learning, listening, studying all these um, different instruments according on your favorite bands.
Yes, that's ultimately how it came about. It was from studying the bands I liked. Yeah, ultimately.
Wow, amazing. And I'm actually gonna play a little bit more here from Contra, which I think has a little bit more of this essence that you tell me for fast drums. So
Mm-hmm.
let's let them hear him a little bit.
Okay.
We have this amazing intro with the drum and the guitars, and let's go then with the fast drum here.
Yeah, and so this one had some double bass.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking right now here.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and the coordination. I mean, like all the drum bases that you need to have in order to coordinate and play the drum as it's meant to be. You know,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
amazing.
it took a lot of practice. That's for sure.
Yeah, totally. Like as you said, you're studying over and over again your bands, and it's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, I was telling you, like I would play until I had blisters, every day, and yeah, I would be sore from drumming. Like it would physically hurt, but I could not stop. I had to keep drumming. So
It's a
yeah,
passion of what you do,
no, it
right?
certainly is. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I'm gonna stop here the video, and we're gonna put the links below on the description, so you
Cool.
guys can actually get into Sergio Elisondo channel and
Mhm.
hear all this amazing music from video games translation. In this case, as you use that word very accurately, I was trying to find it, but yeah, the translation.
Nice, nice, yeah. Oh, I think one thing I forgot to mention though too is
Yeah.
the video editing side of how I make my videos.
Yeah, that's one of the other
That's
things. Actually, I was going to into that topic because like you have at least 5 screens and they rotate depending on the instrument that you play. If you add another one like the keys
Mhm.
or any other instrument, that's amazing. How much time do you invest in this kind of videos?
Oh man, that's a good question. I feel like sometimes the that part of the production sometimes takes longer than just recording it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to do either video and record.
I can't hear you, bro. Oh no, you freeze. You froze. Okay, we're trying to recover the connection here. Let's go back with our friend here.
Okay, hello.
Yeah, here we are, bro. Here we are.
Okay, I lost you right there. Okay, we good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, so sometimes I feel like it takes longer to edit the videos than to
Mhm.
just record them. recording them can be pretty quick. I could, because again, there's two methods I do it in.
Okay.
Sometimes I record and I film at the same time. Sometimes I pre-record it and then I'll play along to my track. But
Okay.
usually I film and record because then I can sync those two up a lot easier. It's less work for me, and
Yeah.
I just use that one take, and and it goes. But yeah, no, I learned how to do video editing when I was back in undergrad when I was doing my music degree. I was
Okay.
working with this. I was working on campus doing video editing and closed captioning.
Oh,
And
okay.
so yeah, and so I worked with them for like 2 years. So every day I would just video edit it, video edit, video edit. And then so when the time came to do this project, I'm like, I know how to video edit. Like, oh yeah, dude, I could make these videos. Like that shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah.
It's not hard, but it takes a long time,
Yeah.
you know?
I believe
So
you get really addicted to it, right?
it's kind of like a video game, like you want to keep, fixing the next puzzle or solving the next puzzle and you want to like, put it all together. And then when it's all in one piece, you're like,
Yeah.
dude, yes, like I made it work.
Yeah, then when you
And
have the
so,
final
yeah.
product, it's like you feel so proud of doing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's also a breath of fresh air. I can go outside and go for a walk and just relax and be like, okay, it's finished.
Yeah,
I'll let the
exactly.
video do what it needs to do online now.
Right.
So
Amazing, amazing
yeah,
job here with the editing, with the music. It's awesome, man. And well, also,
thank you.
I found out that you have some other bands you'll be working on. This we can check it out
Hmm.
on Sergio Elisondo webpage, and
Yeah.
basically that's on the about section. That's where we're gonna be able to see how much time you've been playing, and you actually share a lot of information with us, and I really thank you that.
Hmm.
And all these bands that you've been playing with, and I have to be honest, I've been checking out Clidro,
Hmm.
and I found it with the Sergio Josh um, YouTube channel,
Hmm.
and I just saw three videos here, and the one that I loved, and I'm sure you already get that really clear, is Now That I'm Older. Uh,
Yeah.
that song, I believe it's one of my favorites too. Uh, talking about based on the Clidro trajectory, which is only three songs,
Hmm.
but indeed this is my favorite. So let's play it a little bit too. And this is more like a slow paced song, but it's really really awesome.
Cool, cool,
Just hear it out a little bit here.
cool. I'm glad you think so.
So in the meantime, what happened with Clidro? Why we do not see any more videos here?
Oh, okay. So with Hydro, because so the person that I'm in the group with there, my buddy Josh, him and I go back to high school. We were friends since freshman year of high school, and he's always had a passion for music, but it took him a long time to start really developing his skill, which would be his voice. And so I
Right.
waited many many years until he was like, okay, now I'm ready, let's do something, because I feel like I'm ready to present myself to the world. So I'm like, all right, well, let's do it. And so we started the group Clyde, and Clyde specifically revolved around the kind of music he liked per se. It was more like pop, sometimes reggae, sometimes a little hip hop, but that was his style of music. And I'm like, well, I can write something that kind of feels like the kind of music you like. And so he's like, perfect. And so the way Clyde worked is I would write the music, do the instrumentation, record it, and then he would do his voice. He would write the lyrics. He would work his harmonies, because he had a good ear for that too. And
Right.
so that's how Clyde happened. Now, the reason why we're not really doing much work right now is, I think he got busy. He became a father.
Mm.
He got married. Like a lot of things happened, and it all happened within like a year. And it
Wow.
was, yeah, this is like this was last year actually in 2014. Uh, Early that year, he got married, and within months later, like he had a kid, and I'm like, oh my god, like
Everything happened
That's
so fast.
this happens so quick, and so he's busy, and he's working, the job that he works, and so which takes a lot of his time, and so
Right.
when he is home, he's got to watch out for his son, and he's got a lot of stuff to do. So that's part of the reason why Clyde isn't really happening anymore. It's not that he can't. We might pick it back up.
Right.
It's
We
just
never
I just
know.
got to see whenever he's free, and we can get together again. That's certainly it's still a prospect that is not closed out.
Excellent. Well, it's definitely something we can actually keep following up because it's really
Mm.
amazing music here. And that's one of the other things, Serge. I
Yeah.
keep finding a lot of different beats and a lot of different styles where you can actually adapt pretty well. And this is one of the examples because we have Clyde here, more like a slow-paced song, really, really nice. But then we have this other one, which you told me about, Getter, which you told me one of your first bands.
Although the first band would be Fallen Up.
Oh,
That was
Fallen
one of
Up.
my yeah. That would be one of the first ones, and the song there would be Seasons Change. That's one of the stronger ones that I think the group had too.
Unfortunately, I'm still not able to play it. But
Oh, okay.
if you can send me the probably the track, I can actually put it on the video.
Sure,
People
sure.
can actually hear it. But
Okay.
so Fallen Up, it was the first band.
Yeah, that was my first serious band, because I
Hmm.
definitely had a band before that when I was a little younger, but we just did covers and it was just more for fun. But
Right.
this one, we actually wrote original songs only. We didn't focus on covers. If we focused on developing our again original material, and that
Okay.
was my first serious band, and we were able to cut a lot of EPs, and we were working before the band broke up. We were so close to putting out our album. After
Oh,
years of EP, we were like, okay, here's the album, and then the band that fell apart.
dissolves. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a shame there. And then Getter, where does it get? Which point of your life Getter comes in?
So Getter is, surprisingly came in right after Fallen Up broke up because Getter was a band that we've played with. We used to play with them, and I was really good friends with one of the guitarists in that group.
Okay.
And my buddy was like, "Hey, man, dude, why don't you sing for us? Because our lead singer just left, and I know that your band broke up. Come sing for us." And I'm like, "Okay." So I auditioned for them. They like me. I like them. And
Right.
so, yeah, we did get her. I think somewhere like in 2008,
Yeah, here it
2007.
says dem your demo was in 2008.
Yeah, so it was like 2008, and I did that with them for about a year. We did like
Oh,
2008,
yeah.
2009, and played a lot of shows in California, and it was it was fun while it lasted, because I did like their sound. They had a really cool sound.
Okay. And I guess that band also dissolved.
Yeah, ultimately, my role in that band was just to sing, but I wanted to play guitar. I'm a musician. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm like a guitarist or a drummer, kind of thing, and I wasn't doing either. I was just
Right.
singing,
Singing. Let's
and
hear a
I.
little bit of you singing here right now. As I said, this is like completely my style of music. I love it.
Cool, man. Thank you.
What we're hearing right now again is we reconstruct yourself from Getter. A year only from that band, but you can definitely hear a really good beat, and the voice is amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, so I think with Getter again, when I left, it wasn't on bad terms. It was on good terms. I just let them know, like, look, I'm not happy with my position or my role in the band,
Right.
and so I wanted to move on to something else. And the guys were like, okay, that's fine, and they moved on too. They changed their image, they changed their band name, they got a different singer, so they moved on as well. So it was a mutual separation with that band.
Right. That's a good thing. It was in good
Yeah,
terms, and each one of you guys pursuing your dreams, your goals, and I think
absolutely.
that's one of the best ways that you can actually go on the best terms as possible.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree.
All right, and now you were telling me from your current project, which is Late Night District,
Hmm?
and we're actually here in SoundCloud, and we have already a lot of tracks here. And you told me that one of your favorites or your favorite is Survival, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So how do you get on Late Night District? What happens there?
So what happens with Late Night District? Now, Late Night District happened right after Getter essentially broke up. Well, it didn't I wouldn't say it was directly after, but it was a
Right.
result of Getter breaking up. Now, Late Night District. Here's the catch. Fallen Up being my first band, I played guitar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the drummer of that band is now the guitarist of Late Night District, and now I'm playing drums.
Amazing.
So we switched, you know what I mean? So because in the first band, he played essentially my music, like the
Right.
kind of music I like, the punk rock, right? And so he drummed for me. But now in Late Night District, I drum to his sound. I drum to what he likes, kind of thing.
Right.
You see? So we kind of switch roles.
Yeah,
Um,
that's I believe one of the most attractive things in a band that you can actually play a different instrument. You can roll and even sound different sometimes,
mm,
but still enjoy it.
absolutely, yeah.
Amazing.
And so that would be Late Night District. And again, so as we're discovering here, he's actually the drummer of my first band, and he's now the front man of Late Night.
Cool, man. Cool.
Mm.
Right now I'm playing a little bit of Survival, so they can actually hear it. And yeah, there are also other tracks like Virus, which I also seem to enjoy.
I liked your analogy of that one. You said it was like sort of a take on Perfect Tool.
A perfect
Oh, Perfect
circle.
Circle. I
Yeah.
was thinking Tool. I was thinking
Tool,
Tool.
yeah,
Right?
because it's also
Yeah,
Tool.
Perfect Circle. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
perfect
bad.
circle. And I'm actually gonna
Perfect
play a
Circle.
little bit more about it too. So I really like it. And it's one of the things is that it's not a generic rhythm. Like you hear in every band, like all the time, the same bass on the sounds. You actually hear something really original. And that's one of the things I really like about Late Night District and all the music that you actually get to make.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's the one thing I like about that band too is that the sound is definitely unique.
Hmm.
It's certainly a deviation from Fallen Up. You know, it's
Okay.
not at all the same sound. You know, it's very unique, and you know, I do like the effects that a lot of the songs carry.
Yeah,
Mm.
that was a little bit of Survival, and let's put a little bit more about Virus. And as I said, making sure a little bit like it follows certain. It reminds you to a perfect circle, but still has your soul there. So
For
that's
sure.
that's pretty cool.
Awesome. Thanks.
As I said, man, I'm going to download this as fast as I can and put it on my phone. These are really good songs.
For sure. Yeah, I'll shoot you the links if you can't find them.
Yeah, sure, that would be great, man. Thanks, and
Mm.
maybe that way I could actually share with people that are also interested in it,
Mm.
and tell us in the comments or on our Facebook page, Baltasar Gaming Show, if you
Mm.
guys want the music. I'll have it thanks to Serge here, and that way we will spread Late Night District
For sure.
fandom.
Woo. For sure, man. Cool. Thank you.
All right, bro. So, let's just go then back right now to your video game music channel.
Yeah.
Um, this is more like a gamer to gamer question.
Yeah.
Do you actually keep playing games up to date?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like all the time. If I'm not playing music, I'm playing a video game. You know,
Amazing. What do you play normally? You play console games? You play PC
yeah,
or?
I'm definitely a console gamer, and I was trained to be one since I was a little kid. So certainly trained to do that. So consoles, growing up with Nintendo, I it definitely jumped to like Super Nintendo, or I would
Yeah.
go to a friend's house, play Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn,
Right.
PlayStation, you name it. Like, and so with video games, to me, it's now a part of my culture. It's a part of who I am, and it's a part of my development. It's a part of how I've evolved so far as a human being. You
Right.
know, it really has a major effect on me. And so yeah, so to this day, yeah, I definitely play. On my phone, I'll play some Nintendo games on my phone. I come home,
Nice.
I'll bust out the PS3 and maybe play a game. I specifically have been playing the I don't know if you're familiar with the Hokuto no Ken, a Fist of the North Star series.
Oh yeah. Well, I do know about the manga and the anime, but I
Mhm.
haven't seen the game.
Yeah, yeah. So I've been, I was playing that for a while, but that was maybe last year. This year, oh, what I've actually recently downloaded and have been playing was the, I don't know if you're familiar with this one too, but it's the Kunio-kun series, the River City Ransom
No,
guy
no, not
characters.
familiar with that one.
Oh, okay. But I made a video on one of the songs on the YouTube channel. But
Yeah, I
anyway,
actually heard that, but I
uh,
didn't. I wasn't able to identify the game.
yeah, yeah. So this one, River City Ransom, in Japan, it's a series called Kunio-kun. So,
Okay.
and basically, he's like a high school brawler who's he's a really tough guy, and he's very hot-blooded, is what they refer to him as. Anyway, recently they just released on the PS3 and PS4, I think, network. It's a game called River City All Stars.
Oh well, let's check it out like really fast.
Yeah, yeah, check it out. And I think it's really fun because the game is in 8-bit, but with a 3D background. So it has a very nice element of retro with new.
So that's River City Ransom.
All Stars. Yeah. I think it's called, I'll go ahead and look it up too while you do that. Let's see. So City River City All Stars, I think is what it's called.
Because I got River City Super Sports Challenge here, All Stars. River City
Uh
Ransom, and I got actually a Kickstarter there, but that
you
was
gotta
from
keep no
2013.
yeah, no, it's not that one. River City PS3. Oh, it's
Let's
called River City Super Sports Challenge.
Super Sports Challenge. That's the one. Okay.
That's the one. Yeah. Oh man, that's a cool one. If you watch a little intro, I think with this one, again, that's the most recent game that I've been playing. It has a great element of that retro feel that I just love,
Okay.
and it has, a nice like cool 3D up to date background kind of thing.
All right. So I'm checking the trailer right now for people that's checking
Mhm.
out the vid. Let's see.
Mhm. It's pretty chaotic.
Yeah. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
So as the title says, is from sports.
Yeah, so this one is derived from the old Nintendo game River City Ransom, and this is a spin-off of the same characters, but they're now using the Japanese names instead of the American names.
Right.
Yeah, so I like that too. They're sticking with the original characters.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you were telling me this is on PlayStation Network, right?
Yeah, I think you could download it on the PS4 as well, but I know it's for sure on the PS3 because that's where I have it.
And this is like co-op. Can you play with other people? It's online.
Sure can. Yeah, it's an online chaos type of game. You can play with people from around the world and challenge each other, race each other, fight each other. It's really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
So, Serge recommends
Yeah.
then
I do. I certainly recommend this game. It's fun.
River City Super Sports Challenge
Yeah.
for
The
PS Network.
Yeah, the translations are a little chopped up. There's like bad translations, but that kind of adds more character to the game.
Right, of
You
course.
know, that's more to it. So,
Definitely will be funnier.
yeah, exactly.
All right, man. Well, what would you say as the last question here, more like a gamer to gamer thing?
Yeah.
What will be your favorite game so far? It doesn't matter which console or how old it was. Your
Mm.
favorite game, if you had to choose one and you would say, I will keep this one all my life, which one would it be?
Oof, oof. That's a tough question, man. That is a very tough
Or make a
question.
top three at least.
Okay, top three. I mean, I fall in that category of, when people go, oh yeah, an all-time favorite is like Final Fantasy VII. I love Final
Amazing,
Fantasy
yeah.
VII. I played it when it first came out. I was a little kid, back in 1997, and God, man, I fell in love with that game. And to this day, not that I play it all the time, but in my heart, it has such a special place.
And you know
So
about the remake, right?
I've heard it was on PS4.
It's gonna be played first on PlayStation 4. That
Nice.
basically tells us that it's not going to be exclusive, which is something good.
Yeah.
Probably all the best limited editions or special editions are gonna be for PlayStation
Hmm.
users.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely waiting for an Xbox One edition there. I think it will be look pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, Final Fantasy VII. It's definitely one of the best
That's one
games.
of them. I think for Nintendo, for the NES,
Hmm.
I would sometimes turn to Mega Man, but River City Ransom, which is what that new game is based off of, the original River City Ransom,
Hmm.
has also such a special place in my heart. Partially because to this day, I'll play it on my phone or I'll play it on my actual Nintendo. Like I will play it a lot still. Like it never gets boring. It's so much fun, and it was such a big world for
Right.
for such a small for such a small game.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
so that's another one.
Okay, and the third one?
Gosh, third one, man. I would jeez. I want to say Mega Man because that's another one that inspired me musically, but the gameplay was always such a challenge.
Yeah.
Sometimes frustrating though. Like
Yeah.
you're almost stressed out. You're like, oh, like I can't get it. But that's certainly amongst one of the games that I certainly like. No particular number. I mean, if I had to pick one, I would say part two. But
Mhm.
yeah, just Mega Man. That's probably the third one.
But it would be more like old school Mega Man, or we're talking about Mega Man X series? Do you actually like
Oh,
one of those?
yes, Mega Man X4 is my favorite.
Where you get all
That
these
is,
animations and Zero fighting
yep,
Sigma?
yep, that is by far the best, and I love the music on that one too.
Yeah, it's pretty
Double,
awesome.
that guy, he was terrible. Double was awful, right? Because he betrays you. But I love that game. Mega Man X4 of the series is my favorite. That is certainly the one that I would say that's my favorite Mega Man X game.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
All right, my good friend Serge.
Mm,
Just one last thing here, and this
yes.
is just to end our show today.
Mm.
Um, you were telling me about a new video you were working on?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be up. I think either probably tomorrow, no later than tomorrow. But it's
Oh.
the Legend of Zelda, the main theme.
Oh man, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, with this one, I'll tell you now ahead of time. It's fine. But with this one, I was lucky enough to have other friends that are musicians that
Hmm.
have access to timpanis,
Oh,
like orchestral crashes. You know what I mean? Like other special instruments that I don't normally have access to.
right.
I was able to use them in my
Like
videos,
a violin or something like that?
kind of like that, right? And so this one is going to be like a small orchestra.
Oh,
like
amazing.
a like a one person orchestra. And so this is supposed to be kind of like the big bang for the video game covers.
All right, okay, excellent. So
Mm.
we're gonna keep following that up. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people there fan at Zelda, and
Oh,
being the main
absolutely.
theme is gonna be amazing. So I can't wait to see it, man.
Sure.
Serge, thank you very much for your time, bro. I really appreciate it that you actually accepted our invitation to be here. Um,
Absolutely.
and of course, we're gonna give a follow-up to all the work that you've been doing now so far, also with Late Night District, which is your current band. And again, thank you very much, man. And I don't know if you want to add anything else here.
No, I mean, I think we covered a lot of, of the things that, I love or I'm passionate about and my favorite games, and just what video game music and video games in general mean to me,
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And thank you for taking the time as well to interview me, and
Nah,
for
man,
being
it's a
interested in
pleasure.
my work.
It's a
I
pleasure
appreciate it
here. All
for
right,
sure.
Serge. So, guys, make sure to subscribe to Sergio Elizondo YouTube channel, and you will be able to find it on the links below on the description. We're also gonna get the Late Night District, which is about 6 songs, I believe here.
Mhm.
My good friend Serge here is gonna send me the songs through email, and that way we're gonna have access to them if you guys want it. Just let me know through Baltasar Gaming Show Facebook page, and also Late Night District YouTube channel. I'm gonna put the description below, so you guys can enjoy this amazing music. And thank you very much again, Serge. I hope that if you keep growing up and you keep releasing all this amazing music, we can be there for you, and you can help us out maybe with another interview so we can actually give a follow up here. Again,
Absolutely.
amazing job here, and well, thank you very much again, man. It's an honor. It's an honor to have
Eh,
you here.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Take care, bro. This was Baltar Gaming Show, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget on like, subscribing, comment, and see you guys later.